Hey there, welcome back to So You Want to Crypto. What's up, man? Alright then, let's talk about some crypto today. I got a couple, nothing like fresh brand new kind of things, just some ones that I think have some pretty good potential. One of them we've talked about before, that's Ubix, in case you're interested. We got a fun Korean project I think has some potential. I look beyond just, trying to find stuff here on US exchanges. That's where I'm at. But so Crypto Accept, ACPT, that's your ticker, 0.003, so 0.3%. It's up 650% though in the last 24 hours. No volume whatsoever in the last 24 hours though. 2.9 million. And this one really, it's, you probably wouldn't be able to buy it, to be honest with you. It says Vindax. I don't know. I've never used that. Never even actually heard of it. But it's one I'd watch for if you saw pop up on an exchange that I would consider. So, let's do a little tokenomics here. Yeah, 2.9 fully diluted market cap. And it says there's 1 billion total supply. It doesn't list how many max circulating, anything like that. Here's your Ethereum address. And again, that Vindax is the only exchange that's listed. But, so, the ACPT token, and here's a guide if you want to read through and see what it's all about and stuff like that. But, they want to be a fast, secure crypto payment method. Basically, you just take a picture, QR code back and forth, for businesses, like a B2B solution, and they have different levels. So you can have the free, the 0.4 ETH one-time fee version and the 0.6 ETH one-time fee version. And each one of these is meant for like B2B services, but it's supposed to be basically a instant payment method. And it's an interesting concept. It's still kind of small, as you can see. And I'll keep an eye on it. I'm not going to deep dive it and bore you to death, but this link right here will tell you everything you want to know. It'll be in the description below. And if we see more potential, maybe we'll dive a little deeper. How's that? Next, this one's another interesting one. I've seen a few people talk about this one. And yeah, so FEG token, FEG, feed every gorilla. It's a deflationary token. And this one looks like it's a Uniswap Pancake 1 inch. Those are where you can get it. And it doesn't list a total supply, and that's because it changes. And the total volume is 2.5 million in the last 24 hours. Doesn't list a fully diluted market cap. However, most of these like market cap or coin market cap and CoinGecko, they've only basically got two different methods that they can kind of monitor when it comes to that. So they like an infinity style or like a fixed supply style, like in Ethereum or Bitcoin. But tokens like this don't seem to actually show up over here. So, just in case you're wondering why everything is kind of blank, a lot of times what they use to figure out their numbers doesn't work with these kinds of coins. It's an experimental progressive deflationary DeFi token built to succeed. And the reason that I say it looks like it's really good for the earliest investors, and then it gets gradually less the later you wait. So it's decentralized burn rate. Each transaction triggers a burn rate of 1%, which decreases the supply of the FEG tokens over time. And then it rewards its holders with 1% tax on each transaction to punish weak hands. Further development, tokenomics, liquidity. Here's the roadmap. So we got the Uniswap listing in January. Marketing push, further ecosystem development. So now we're getting into March right here. So NFT sales. Interesting. That should help this grow. And then we have FEG Track web app. And then there's an exchange coming later in March. So that's why I'm a little bit bullish on this one. They have some big stuff. They're doing the NFTs. They have an exchange and some other future potential whatevers. Here's the exchange. It gives you a little bit. Ability to stake any token listed and earn ETH or BNB, depending on the case of the currency. Smart liquidity options and some other stuff, but it's not up and running. It's we say we gonna, and we'll see if they did. But it's interesting. And here's the FEG exchange. This is like the beta. So it says not the final user interface, just beta. If you want to get a feel for what they're working towards. It looks like they're really close. Like, I mean, the product's here. It's just not all the way done. Yeah, so I'll keep an eye on that. Pixel. Okay, so this is the one that's the Korean project. It's a cryptocurrency and operates on the Ethereum platform. Pixel has, 987,500,000 with a that's total supply, with a circulating supply of 557.5 million. Coin 1, as far as I know, Coin 1 is it's kind of a regional for South Korea region exchange. Maybe Singapore too. It's in that region. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna. But Bittrex and Upbit. Yeah, Piction. I don't read too much into this. I can read very little of what they're talking about here and here. But it's Singapore based, right? Yeah, I think that's what it is. So the Pixel wallet, it says a picture is worth 1,000 words. So basically, you can take your Pixel wallet, and it enables image files to be embedded with a full Bitcoin SV transaction. And that's basically what I got. So it's they're using pictures to encrypt a BSV, and it looks like more of a neat way to store currency in a wallet in a different way. So instead of just having one BSV, you could have a couple of these different images, and each one of those is one BSV. You could transfer that image to somebody else. It's one BSV saved in an NFT. At least that's how I'm kind of seeing this, right? Here, you can check out GitHub and look through this if that's your fancies. But, and if you can read Korean and you know what some of this stuff says, you can help some folks out and let them know. But as far as I know, I think each one of these is worth one BSV. And you basically, it's a transaction of Bitcoin, and I'm sure there's, a fee, or maybe you pay. But again, I don't know. I mean, they obviously look like NFTs or something. So I find it like Waifu was one that's kind of a project. Not the same, but there's a lot of value in these projects. And these are like the really underlying gems sometimes that other people just disregard right away. So I'll be looking at that one some more. It's Piction and Pixel. Pixel is the token PXL. Piction is looking like maybe the exchange or the platform-ish. I'm not. Yeah. We'll get into that. So I do want to show you the video, though. This is the Piction Network, right? And hopefully this will play. Sometimes we have problems with this.
Piction is one big project for IT power elites who are leading the Korea and is receiving great attention from the market. IT power elites and top companies all agree that Piction Network is the most anticipated project of 2019. Piction project. What kind of project is it? The entire digital content market is estimated to be about $1,982,000 million by 2019, with annual growth rate of over 10%. Even in the webtoon and web novel market, there are already $100 million in Korea, $500 million in China, and $700 million in Japan. With the development of the content industry, the production of secondary works using source IP is increasing. You can easily find movies, dramas, and animations based on digital novels or webtoons. It is in everyday life to easily produce and consume content anytime, anywhere. Fast and diverse content is being produced around the world 24 hours a day. The center of content industry is gradually shifting to one creator. Currently, there is a large platform at the center of the content industry, not a creator, which makes it difficult for creators to grow their own creatures properly. Many talented artists are not adequately compensated for their creativity, dedication, and commitment in this structure. Everyone can be rewarded, and you have to purchase pixels and gather them in Piction. Piction Network is expanding its ecosystem globally so that creative activities can take place while linking contents and users in webtoons, games, movies, drama, and music. Pick your creation. Piction Network.
So there we go. Piction's the network, and it looks like it's all sorts of community-based, community reward systems. And then when we get over to Pixel, it looks like Pixel is the BSV locked in, and it's not using the network on Piction. So there we go. And here's some token economics for Piction Networks, PXL. That's their token, right? Contents distribution, contents provider, Piction. It's got a lot of information about it. Here, if we go to Li Zhang Hun's blockchain, a global challenge for Korea, China, and Japan, we will change the content industry. And it talks about Piction Network was established by Bae Sung Eek, by Battle Entertainment, who managed an online gaming network in Korea. And this talks about how it's different, what the ecosystem is. But right here, pixels can be used for investments, donations, and payments. And when I read through all of this, the different things that they're talking about, it sounds like it's going to be like mixing NFTs in kind of an interesting way. But so Piction is B2B business. It will be relatively easy to expand abroad. The webtoons and web novel market has already surpassed $1 million revenue in Korea, $5 million in China, and $7 million in Japan. And I think that this also, it's kind of a content creator thing, so it has a lot of different angles coming in at it to help it grow. So I think Pixel, if you see this popping up on bigger exchanges, it's something to keep an eye on. And I'll dig deeper on it too. Let's see. And then so basically when you read through Piction and what they're doing, the one thing that they stress is they want to follow South Korea's laws. And when they started Piction has been around for quite a while. The rules have changed, basically. So now the new crypto regulations in South Korea are much more friendly to where they want to go with this, which will also help promote their product, if that makes sense. A lot of what's been holding the company back, actually, has been the regulations in their home country, at least from my understanding. And now the regulations are relaxing and becoming, more friendly to their product. So that should help them grow. Alright, next one is Ubix Network. I made a whole video about this all by itself if you want to check it out. But we're going to touch on it and a few other things a little deeper. It's got an $88 million fully diluted market cap. And again, really small volume. The 500 and, less than about $500,000, just over $500,000. And the max supply is crazy. It's a huge amount. And the volume or the value is really, really low. But you can see that it's gone up 70% in the last 24 hours. You can get this on KuCoin, I think is basically the exchange. Here's Ubix home network page. Here's all your different links to different things. But it's basically it's the blockchain to interoperate all blockchains and investments and interactions and stuff. And it works through the Ubiquiri. Welcome to Ubiquiri. It's a universal interface web chat like architecture. Anyway, If we go to their roadmap here, they're integrating all of this where you don't have to, they're combining this Ubiquity and Ubix Network login and all of that into one entity. So you won't have to go through these steps anymore to get through different things. I'm not going to bore you to death on this. There's a lot of information. So I'm going to put this link here, the Ubix Wiki, and it'll answer anything you want to know. But it's a decentralized protocol, and it's basically they want to be they want to exchange sensitive master data between applications and become, the blockchain to interoperate. Here is their Twitter, and it's got a link to the roadmap, and I'll show you that in just a second. And here's the long-term payout program. Spoiler, the program is unlimited, but the profitability will gradually decrease. So this is another one of those where if you're one of the early investors, you can see as you get, further along the line, you don't get quite the rewards. And that's why I look at some of these too. I dig what they got, and I dig what... so this was just released recently too. And you can see they're trying to integrate some stuff, get the Ubix exchange, two-factor authentication, get it onto mobile interfaces, get some fiat gateway integration. A lot of big things are coming up. Silent notary, and then, yeah. And when we look, boy, I mean, it really pumped hard back in like February, and then had a strong pullback right here. And then you can see it's just gone ballistic over the last month. Let's see, 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. There wasn't a whole lot going on, but then we had that big push down, and now we're starting to build back up, and we're getting the real momentum and stuff. So I think good things are ahead for Ubix. It's one to keep on your radar. Maybe do a little research. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm just here talking about crypto, sharing some of my research with you, oftentimes as I'm doing it or shortly after I've done it. Some of it there was 2 other coins in here I deleted just right before I made the video, just because I lost interest in it. I think these were better. If you do look up Ubix Network, there is another Ubix, but this is what it looks like right here. And it's Ubix Labs, and this is not the project that you're looking for. I'll put the link below, but this is what you want, Ubix Network. All right, and then this one, I dropped 2, but I added one at the last minute, and this one's interesting. So 151% in the last 24 hours. You can see that it's done quite well. It's a little bit of an older project. It's been around, 2018-ish, something like that. So EdenChain, EDN, it's running in at about 0.6 of a cent. So this is really small too. Total market cap's only $3.5 million, and the 24-hour trading volume is only 370,000. So these are like crapshoots, It's so hard to pick when you're down in this low. Just so you know, none of this is financial advice. I'm not sponsored by any of these. Just a guy trying to share some info. Circulating supply, 597.5 million of 1 billion. Here's your Ether address, and this one you can get on KuCoin. That's the place. Next generation blockchain for the programmable economy platform, the engine behind the most dynamic enterprise infrastructure. Let's see if this will load up here real quick. DeFi with us, DeFi the limit. So basically, yeah, they want to merge a whole bunch of digital assets. There was another link on here, but I guess we'll just work from here. Like stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, and all sorts of other kind of stuff. And then you can sell them for, I don't really know where they're trying to go, because they were talking about financial and non-financial purposes. So what would you sell? How could you sell something for a non-financial purpose? Is it a trade? Yeah, but anyway. And then it looks like they plan to expand all sorts of, they're not limited to just what they're doing. They're trying to get token